The sun is out and it's a great day to expand the cattle panel corral for the chickens' winter paddock. The rabbits are still choosing their bathroom spot right on top of the 2x4. I tried leaving the cage over here, so the spot where she likes to go is just past the 2x4, but what she's doing is just moving back over to staying on top of the 2x4 even when I move the cage out. Alright, Mr. Rabbit, your turn. Having to pick up the cage each day, move it over, let the droppings fall out, it's not a big deal. It doesn't add a lot of labor. I'm just thinking it's not ideal to have that manure accumulation, and also there's a lot of urine accumulation right there on the 2x4. It just has me reconsidering the design, how I want them in the rake-in house. I'm thinking instead of putting them on that stand in here, that perhaps I could run a shelf the length of the cattle panel greenhouse to over there and actually suspend the cages from them. That way nothing would be underneath the cages to cause the clogging up of the manure.
This morning we're going to the farm store to get the cattle panel so that we can make the winter shelter for the chickens. Then we're going to the hardware store. We are getting the wood and some of the hardware and tools that we need to make our new kitchen table. The bedside table that we made a few weeks ago was just a warm-up. We wanted to improve our woodworking skills before we made a piece that we would use for 3 meals a day. Just a basic schematic for what we're going to do. We are making a farmhouse table. Nothing super fancy. We're not going to use square legs like this, but I did not put too much energy into this drawing yesterday. We're going to use some nice turned legs, and we're looking forward to having a really great table to show you very soon.
We had to cut our trip short. We didn't make it to the hardware store. The gentleman who is coming to work on spreading out the rocks for the carport called, said this is the only window he had to do it because the weather is actually clear.
hours delay in our trip to the hardware store, but we are here and we are going to get our wood to make our kitchen table.
With that taken care of, we only have about an hour and a half left of daylight, so I need to get moving on these cattle panels. I ran into a little bit of a problem. The cattle panel did not make it out wider than where the greenhouse already is. Of course, if I had measured first, I would have known this before trying to put in this cattle panel right now. I'm not going to be able to move all this fencing and get the greenhouse moved before dark, so what I'm going to do is just get the cattle panel up on this side and try to get this all sorted out tomorrow. Just as the sun dipped behind the mountains, I finished getting up as much fencing as I could get done without moving the greenhouse. So the corral used to end right along this line here, and now it extends out up to there. And it's the same here on the other side, just an extension of one cattle panel. Tomorrow we'll take down the electric fencing, move the cattle panel greenhouse further into the corral area, and then run some cattle panels going across that way to close the area off. Then we'll need to put up more of this green mesh stuff or some chicken wire, just something to make those holes in the cattle panel a lot smaller so the pullets won't go through them. My mom and brother are coming over for dinner tonight. My brother asked me if during his stay here he'd be able to try some of our lamb. Of course, I was flattered that he asked that he would want to try our lamb, so I am preparing a special lamb meatball dinner for them tonight. So I need to get inside and start getting ready for that. And of course, I'll be making a video on it so you guys can see just how I make the meatballs and if they come out okay.